Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to do some Leetcode together. This seems like to be a pretty easy one because it literally said easy here, so hopefully it's actually easy. 290 word pattern. As always, I will leave the original prompt into the link into description down below. But yeah, so basically as we can see we have a pattern here, ABBA format. And this has to follow ABBA format. Basically, dog, in this case, assumed to represent A, cat represent B, and then this cat also represent B, and this dog will also represent A. So, perfect. Right? So, it's perfect. Now, ABBA, see, that doesn't work because it can't represent fish. And, yeah, stuff like that. So, let's go ahead and take a look how we're going to implement this. So, immediately, I will use... Let's come up with steps. So I will store the pattern character into a dictionary. So what does that mean? So for example, A represent dog, for example. That's basically what I want to do. So store the pattern character into a dictionary. So kind of like the key mapping, right? So probably gonna loop through stir and then compare its pattern, stuff like that. Yeah, and then we can generate another string. Generate string based on the pattern. Return true if the same, false otherwise. I know it's a little bit confusing, but as I start implementing this, I should get a little bit clearer, hopefully. So in here, let's just say, let's see, what should we do here? So I'm gonna assume they have the same lengths. Okay. Or how about, so we can do this, right? We can say pattern split equals pattern dot split by nothing. And we can also say S split, which is split by a space, right? So if length of pattern split is not equals to the length of S split, right, then it's definitely a false. Like so. Right, if it's the same, and then we can do this. We can say we can say pattern and the word mapping. So in here we can say for I in range of the length of pattern split. Right, so in here we can say pattern word bracket I. So we probably need to do a try except here. Because what I want to do is I also want to make sure it doesn't get rewritten. I only want to make sure there's like only one. So let's say pattern word bracket pattern split bracket I. So for now, let's just use try except. I want to refactor in a little bit. Except here. And then we can copy this part. And then we can set it equals to as split at the same index, basically. So let's take a look what's pattern word is really quick. Just to make sure the logic went out successfully. Alright, let's take a look. Empty separator. Empty separator. Alright, let's look it up. Python MT separator. That's right, no, it's using Google. And it's opening a new tab. Okay. I'm not passing. Ah. Okay. Well, let's do that. Let's see what we get. So that may trigger this. Alright, let's take a look. Let's go take a look. See what's happening here. Oh, it didn't split. I'll just brute force it like this. Who knows what's gonna happen. Okay, good. Alright, so yeah, it looks like it works. A colon dot, B colon cat. See, that's basically what we get to. And now in here, we can really just generate a new string, right, based on the pattern. So you can say new string. So the correct string, let's call it that. And we can say for I in can't even see nothing. Pattern split. Correct string. Let's say. Actually, it has to be a list because strings are immutable. So I don't think can add to a string. I don't think so. Well, it's gonna be convenient if we can, but then otherwise, how to use a list? So correct string can say plus equals. Let's just say pattern word bracket I, because I is the, well, let's just say for pattern for P, let's just say for P, because that's gonna be the actual pattern. Dog, cat. Oh, look. Oh, it actually worked. Okay. So we need to add a space at the end, don't we? Like so. Yeah, let's take a look. Alright, so now all we left is return correct string equals. So we're gonna return if they're the same thing. If they are, then that means they're true, otherwise they're not. Why they still return false? Let's take a look. Alright, yeah, these string look exactly the same. We'll probably have an extra space at the end. That's can probably be why. Let's see, trim stream Python. So let's trim it. Let's take a look. What is this? Leading, okay, so yeah, we can do strip. Something like so. That should get the job done. Okay, submit. It's not that hard of a challenge. Once I said exactly, give me an error. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's a logic bug. So we also want to say, let's see, how to check if a key exists in dictionary. So, or no, not a key, a value. Let's take a look. This thing has so many added. Yeah, I'm not using it. It has so many added. Literally. Literally so many added. Format images. Okay. So mat in this case is a key. Okay. So in here, don't have to say this. We can say if in pattern word if actually if not the opposite, because we don't need this anymore. If not, and we'll also make sure it's key, it's not, you know, part of it. So there's so many let's see. So how do we check key? Ah, okay. So I can do this. And so I also need to check this. Make sure let me copy it. Instead of age, we will say pattern word and not. Like so. Press run. See what we get. So we need to make sure we need to make the words not in a dictionary, and we also need to make sure that, you know, the reverse is true. Okay. If we split the pattern, so if so if B and no, and as split. Alright, let's see. Pattern split. I just want to make sure all my variables are right. You know what? They are all definitely right because I used it down there. It's a literal nightmare. Okay. It's alright. Let's take a look. So what do we have here? If not, oh my. If not, split. Let's try to add parentheses around it, because sometimes add parentheses works. So I basically restrict a way of how the Boolean expression to be interpreted. Let's see if that's gonna work. Okay. So yeah, we cannot let it to be two keys. So in this case, S is yes, so hereby it's going to be false. Right? Or should we say if not in, like that? Oh my. Keys. Oh no, why am I doing keys? It's supposed to be values. Values, let's try again. It's either value or values. I don't remember which. Keyword, QRB. Huh? Correct. String plus equals. Oh. Okay. If not a P in pattern word, we'll just continue through the loop. Yeah. So that's gonna be a little bit too long. Alright, well, there goes the challenge, right? Kinda worked. Not the best way how I want to structure it. We do have a few minor errors along the way, but if you still don't know the logic, I'm just going to re-explain my logic. So first we split them so that they are a list. Next we check to make sure the lengths are the same, because if the pattern, the word, the length is not the same, then we can just return false right away. And now I have a dictionary, right? And then now we loop through, so then we check, okay, as long as we don't have this character in yet, because we don't want, because we, first of all, the dictionary can't have something like this, for example, represent dog, and a simultaneously represent cat. That's not possible. What ends up with happening is it's going to override. Write it like this, right? Not what we want to do. So that's why we want to make sure that the letter is not a key already in our dictionary. Also, we want to make sure the word is not a value already. Otherwise, you can see that A is dog, B is also dog. That's not true, right? That can't happen. So yeah, if that's that. And now we basically add it to the dictionary like so. This pattern split, that's the pattern character, and S split I, that's the actual word. And we don't have to print this out anymore. And then just loops through. And then if we find out that the P, because sometimes if it's a ABBA, but all we have is like dog, it's going to cause an error, just like what we saw before. So we're just going to continue, which means to skip the current iteration. And then finally we just, and sometimes there will be extra space, or not sometimes, there will be extra space added. So I want to make sure we strip all the extra spaces, compare with S. If they're the same, then it's going to return true. Otherwise, it's return false. and it looks like I passed. So yeah, that's all we'll do for this video. Then, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment down below. As always, stay safe and have a great rest of your day. That was me, out.